Today we're visiting Jasmine at Pottery Palette in Bradford upon Avon, and we came here because I've known Jasmine from when she came to my new studio owners teaching session at Hobby Craft. We've been a bit cheeky and we've asked you if we could come around, and we thought that it would really give a lot of inspiration to some of the new studio owners coming up, some of our existing ones that have been doing it for quite a while. And so that's why we really wanted to ask you, what was your story, Jasmine? Why did you start doing it?
So my background was in childcare and nannying, and I always wanted to end up running my own business in Bradford-on-Avon, the town I grew up in. And through my nannying career, I've been to play cafes and then pottery cafes, and just got the pottery painting addiction. So it started with a bit of a passion for it. And then having my daughter, and it was the moment where it hit was going to get newborn baby prints and imprints at a place not too far away, and just fell in love with it and thought, this is what I need to be doing, this is my calling. And then I thought, I need to learn how to do this, I need to learn how to glaze everything. And another nanny put me in touch with Hobby C, and that stemmed that. And then everything kind of just fell into place at the right time, with funds, with family support, with childcare for my daughter, everything.
I bet the big thing is also finding such an awesome place to have the studio, because especially in such an old village town, there's not a lot of movement necessarily of existing businesses that allow you to find the perfect spot. So how did you find?
So it was probably the most frustrating part of the process, because once you've done your planning, learned how to do it, and you're ready, then finding the space is really difficult, because you want it to be big enough. Then you get in a rush and you feel like you want to settle for a space that's not right. And fate just stepped in. So I lost 3 shop spaces trying to negotiate leaseholds before I got this one. You get landlords that are not okay with the business or the kiln. I'm from a town where the floors are rickety, the rooms are small, so it was waiting for the right space to open up. And then the way I found this was the business, which had been here for 25 years, put on Facebook saying they were leaving, and I messaged the leaseholder personally, and he connected me to his landlords. And it just fell into place that way. And I was lucky that my landlord had gone with her granddaughter years ago to Emma Bridgewater's factory and completely understood the concept. And it just fell into place. But it was probably about 6 months wait for a space. And then it took about 3 months to negotiate a leasehold, and then I finally got the keys.
Yeah, and I think that's the hardest part. And when I look around, you couldn't think of a more perfect place. No. And I'm sure when you walked in, it didn't look like this at all. And you had to have that vision. And how did you come to what you wanted Pottery Palette to look like? How did you decide that?
So the blue colour is what suits my daughter best, her eyes and the outfit, so I just love this shade of blue. And the whole concept, it's just making mental notes, visiting so many different places across the years of what I loved, what worked really well for me, what I thought I would do differently. And also being very aware of my market in this town, and marketing towards adults, not just children, because the adults enjoy it, if not more than the children, I think.
So how did you decide that was the market you were going to, or did it decide for you, or?
I think it happened naturally, but also did it to my personal taste of what I would want coming somewhere. I had so many lists, so many thought processes, and then you just get to the point when you've got the keys and you just have to start doing it, and it all starts taking shape, and you think, oh, I like that, I don't like that. And also I had some lovely studio owners that let me visit their studios and talk me through their processes and what they've learned, and that was so helpful. So I had a few weeks driving to Tunbridge Wells and into Wales because of the network through Hobby C that I was able to create, because it's quite a community atmosphere when with other studio owners, which is really lovely.
I think we're just so conscious that the variety of people opening pottery studios is vast because everybody is different, and it's always a reflection of the person that you are. And I think that just makes it so fantastically amazing. And when we go and visit other studios, remembering that we're not by the sea, or we are in a small town, or on an industrial estate which has just a huge draw from a very large town, that it always will be different, but it's always going to be a reflection of you. Which makes a great thing, because you could open somewhere quite close to somebody else, but it's never just going to be, you know, like yours, because it will always be something different.
No, it's very different. And it's just because it's terrifying when you get to the point of you've done all the planning and it's always been a one-day conversation. When I do that, I'm going to do this. When it gets to the point of signing the lease and it's all becoming a bit real and you've put the money into the bank account and it's all about to go, it's having the confidence to make the leap and trust in yourself and work hard, but know that it works. And it's a concept that has worked for so many years, and through COVID and you know, pottery outlives us, and from all the ages before, it's becoming more and more part of society, I think. And I just think everyone needs to be pottery painting. And I say to my customers that I think doctors should be prescribing it as part of a mental health awareness and everything as well, because I just think for your whole self, it's so good for you.
It is, and it's the kind of thing you go back to the sideboard, you go back into the cupboard, and you look at and you remember again that day that you did that. And I look at bits that I painted with my daughter when she was 6, when I first ever went pottery painting, and I remember her 6 and she's a 23-year-old graduate now, and I think, oh my gosh, where did that time go? And I can see it living in front of me. So I see exactly what you're saying. So that's wonderful. So when did you open?
I opened in the middle of October half term. I got the keys 7 days before I opened, and I'd had tradesmen lined up from months before going, it will be next month, it will be next month. And then I was just very lucky that I could persuade them to be coming in as we got the keys. And so we did the fit out and opened for half term, and then went into Christmas. And it was really busy, which was lovely. I felt like a child making a lemonade stand, hoping anyone but my mum would come. So it was lovely seeing people enjoy it. It was hard work at the beginning because I was scared to get staff and was doing everything myself. But then you take the leap to just develop and not hold yourself back by not taking those leaps. And every month has just got better and busier. So
how many months now then? So half of October, November, December, January, and then half of February. So that's 5 months. 5 months is, and the question I want to ask you is, what are your aspirations for the future? But you've already told me that it's possibly a second kiln that you're looking at advancing on to, and then what I know 5 months in you're thinking, I just need to survive and thrive in this. But what would you like to do?
So it's developing the party room space so that that can. I noticed that children's parties affect the other tables and upstairs in my space because it's a very open, intimate space. So I'd like a separate area for children's parties, and then to really nail that. And then I really want to have the confidence in my clay workshops. I've been to a few workshops at Hobby C now, and I feel like I'm ready to launch it. But it's setting the time for the new ideas when you're also motoring through your day-to-day stuff and not getting overwhelmed. And I've signed up to a local festival to do a pop-up there.
Oh, cool.
Haven't properly thought it through yet, but I'm going. So it's all these leaves.
And you go out to places, don't you, already as
So
well?
I go to a school. I thought I was going to be quiet in January, so from when I opened I reached out to local schools to go and do an after school club, which is actually lovely to go off site and do something different. So I do that, and then I've booked in this festival, but I need to organise myself for how that's going to work, but it's just down the road. Yeah, so it's keeping variety, and what's lovely is I've started to get regulars and locals, and that's really lovely too.
Because you're feeding a community spirit again,
Yes,
you know?
yes,
that's
yeah.
really wonderful.
And I've got thank you baskets from customers and thank you cards where they've taken the time to write me a letter, and that is just incredibly touching when you give someone that experience. I love it when people come in, they've been given their grandchildren for half term and they're trying to find things to do, and they come in thinking this is going to be a mess, it's going to be hard, and they leave relaxed and happy and wanting to come back because it's been a lovely experience, and that's lovely as well.
And that's before they've even seen it finished.
Yeah, that's
So
just the
imagine-
experience of painting it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it really is, it's great fun.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, I think it's amazing. So from seeing you sat at the table, looking very excited, but also extremely nervous, for me to walk in here and see you in a full studio, surrounded by so much busy and beautiful work as well. But your persona is very different. You are really happy, and I'm so happy to see that. I don't want to say proud because it makes me like a very old lady, but I really am. I really am, because I can see you reflected in the brief look that I've had a look upstairs, and just really happy people as well. So thank you, and I know that it's just going to be awesome and wonderful. So
and it takes a supportive family as well. You can't do it alone. It's a bit like when you have a baby and they say it takes a village. It's the same concept.
It is that, and for me, you know, like people to not mind that the car is full of this and that, and my head is full of this and that, because it's personal, isn't it? It's
but it's a concept that works, and you just need to have the confidence to go for it, because there'll be no turning back once you've started.
Yes, and that's 5 months in, you're saying that, so that's really wonderful.
And I've noticed now in the town I'm the pottery lady.
You don't have a name. Doesn't matter. No, you're the pottery lady. And that's a great title to have. Fantastic. Oh, Jasmine, thank you so much for letting us come down.
Thank you.